Previously in X-Men, in an alternate future where mutants were enslaved, the powerful son of Reed Richards and Sue Rick, this powerful son of Reed and Sue Richards of the Fantastic Four, Franklin Richards, is in love with Rachel Summers, the daughter of X Factor's Cyclops and Marvel Girl. Rachel has traveled back in time, joined the X-Men, and helped form Excalibur. Maybe she is not the only being to travel to more idyllic times. I am Jason Lapidus.
And I'm Chris Sanigan.
And we are Group of Seven Comics. Welcome to episode 208 of our ongoing read-through of the X-Men comics that became classic as we read Uncanny X-Men Annual 14 by Chris Claremont, Arthur Adams, and a large cast of inkers. Cover date of 1990. Chris, how are you?
I am doing well, thanks. I understand why you picked this comic as the next one up in our lineup. Interesting how it draws some pieces together, which we've talked about recently. Expands on some other pieces, maybe provides a little bit more context and backstory depending on some adventures that we've seen recently. So I understand why you chose this.
Okay. I wish that I could take credit for some sort of comprehensive direction or path this show's going. We're kind of just going chronologically.
Okay.
This is just a moment at the end of that Forge Banshee versus Mask. There's a pause, and before the next one ramps up, this story falls right in the next one, like in between it.
So in terms of publication, is that like it is literally the next comic? That's kind of
it came out, I believe it hits the stands in like July of 1990.
Right.
And I mean, there is like a little anecdote in it where I believe it hits the shelves before the issue where Gambit and Storm are actually introduced as a sort of duo. Spoilers, Storm is coming back and Gambit is about to appear within a couple issues. Mm-hmm. So he shows up. I think he hits shelves in this comic first and then appears in chronology in his own issue, you know, in whatever number it is, 265, 266, right around there. So he's coming. And I know I have it on my desk somewhere. I just don't want to go digging right now. But I think he actually first hits the newsstands in this one. But it's not usually credited as his first appearance. Because the same with like Black Suit Spidey. Black Suit Spidey appears in another comic that just hit the shelves before he gets the suit in Secret Wars. But the one in Secret Wars is often just credited as the first appearance of the Black Suit. Because that's when it happens in continuity. But publication date and date of like intended reader, like reading experience, aren't always the same. And fans just have their own way of having like fan consensus and making something a thing.
Well, and I mean, it's not like, I mean, maybe Spidey a little different, but with Gambit, it's not like, you know, there's an understanding of what that character will become or how it will be received. So they don't, right? They're like, oh, someone's probably in that boardroom is like, hey, does it matter that this annual will come out with this guy named Gambit, but the other one comes out? They're like, don't worry, he's not going to last very long anyway.
Just get this thing out. Get it onto the shelf.
Exactly. It's more important that we get it out than worry about this guy who we don't even know will do anything of anything. So
that's right. I was doing a workshop today.
Yes.
And you and I have had workshop weeks, haven't we?
We have.
Which is good. Which is nice that we get to do those things sometimes.
Yeah.
So I was doing a workshop and there was some time for questions. And a student asked me, this is a high school student, about grade 10. Asked me about sort of like which Robin is like my Robin.
Oh. Okay.
And I couldn't help but get big picture and get me about it and sort of say, you know, from a particular point of view, you got to keep in mind that, and the point of view I presented was that when these things were started, it was just about getting another comic book on the newsstand by the end of the week. Like that's all it was every week.
It's a business.
It is, and it's about deadlines and it's about quantity.
Yeah.
It's not about quality and it's not about big picture thinking. nobody at National, now known as DC, ever had any idea that Batman would be a phenomenon, would last more than a year, and that Robin would be something we'd be talking about 80 years later. Like, that just wasn't part of the thinking. So when they make a character, it's just about getting something onto the newsstand the next day, or for the next deadline.
Mm-hmm.
And I put out the point of view that in a way, every Robin is just an iteration of the idea of Robin. Whether you want to go into the continuity and like subscribe to that, that's a reader choice, that's a fan choice, and that's totally valid. And it's a fun way to read. And I'm used to read that way when I was a little younger. And after just reading for decades, I just see it's like, oh, a new version of this idea of Robin. They're all the same to me in a lot of ways, but and it's all good. Tying this back to what we're saying, like Gambit was the same thing. In that, just another character. We're slowly turning over the cast of the X-Men, and this is a new character. Is it going to last more than a week? Who knows? And fine. And
now knowing grade 10s, which I don't, I'm gonna assume that your answer was like the thing that they were looking for.
No, my answer was that no, not at all. But I did say my favorite is Richard Grayson, but I also have a soft spot for Tim Drake and a soft spot for Damian.
Sure.
I just don't care for Jason Todd. And then it got into this whole thing like about the killing of Jason Todd. We're derailing, by the way. And I put an idea out to the student. I said, hey, Jason Todd, his death in the Family, that storyline, that phone poll is 1988. And she says, like, do you think the fans really voted? Do you think it's real? And I said, I don't even think it matters because it was in the zeitgeist.
Okay.
Was I'm going to use the word poison for fun. Okay, the zeitgeist was or infected with the notion that Jason Todd Robin has to die regardless, because it happens in Dark Knight Returns, which comes out 2 years earlier, and that is the DC book that goes into bookstores, has the widest reach of like comics for an older audience of their mainstream cast of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Excluding Watchmen, I'm not talking about Mouse. I'm not talking about things that aren't DC. I'm just talking about DC's cast of characters. Dark Knight Returns gets into bookstores. It's like an article about it in Rolling Stone. It's massive. It's a pop culture, huge marketing push, and in it, it's already implied that Jason Todd is killed in it by Joker. And so Miller just put it out there and let audiences just sit with it for 2 years. And audiences just wanted Batman to become Frank Miller's Dark Knight. Like it's in the brain that we're going to do this. So I don't think that they actually had as much choice in the matter. I think it was like suggested, and they're like, oh,
right,
like following the smell of blood. If you're a shark, like the eyes just change, like Bruce and Finding Nemo. That's it. So it just was in the collective consciousness that Jason Todd's got to die. All that being said, Gambit. So there is a lot to get into because this annual 14, is preceded by 3 other annuals: Fantastic Four, New Mutants, X Factor, and then X-Men Annual 14.
Right, this is part 4. Yeah.
It is part 4, and we kind of do need to talk about a little bit about what happens in those other 3 annuals so that our reading experience will make the best version of sense that it can.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you how you wanted to approach this.
Well, I've set up a comic cam over to my left. Over here, there is there's my drawing board, and I put it into its horizontal position, and I've put the comic book there, and we can actually take a look, and I can flip through with you, and you can see it on your screen as everyone out there in the world can too. And then we will actually do a read through of Uncanny X-Men Annual 14 and go through all the voices and share with everyone out there the newsprint version that as it was intended, through scans that are in PDF form now, not a digitized version of color, but like the scans of the actual printed comic, which is the sweetest way to read them, I think.
Yeah,
If
the
you,
annual is wordy. I mean,
yeah,
it's
it
Claremont.
is.
It's Claremont, but
It is.
there's a lot going on in that annual.
Yes. And before we get into the annual, just shouts to, of course, our books.
Our
Head to
books.
Group of Seven Comics. Head to group of 7comics.ca, where you can pick up Group of Seven, A Most Secret Tale, and Peregrines, Flights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs, both in print and digital formats. And they are available for you today. We'll ship them to you if you order them, and that would be awesome. Please do that. As well, updated images here. I got rid of those old dumb JPEGs, which couldn't go black. They wouldn't give me any black, and I turned them into PNGs and you get it.
Gotcha.
You can get a copy of Ninja Versus, the fight anthology, full of stories of ninjas fighting people, including original character here, Hogtown Jack, who does fight a clan of ninja who are trying to get a prized relic that he currently possesses, and he uses his wits and the traps in the tomb around him to possibly thwart that ninja clan, even though he's underprepared in a lot of other ways. You can hit me up on Instagram, and I can send you a copy of that. The anthology called Ninja Verses, full of stories by other fine creators, like our friend Sean Daly, who I hope to see at Toronto Comic Con, March 20th to March 22nd. We will be there. We've got a table in the creator guest section, and we'll have our books, prints, original art, some stickers, all that fun stuff. Do sketches for you, all that.
All the above. Yeah.
Yeah. Should be fun times.
Yeah. That Batman turned out nice, huh?
You know what? I just came across that today.
Yeah.
Because I was doing that workshop, I had brought a portfolio to show students my original work, and I was flipping through, showing them, and I came across the drawing. I was like, that's not too bad. So about an hour ago, I just quickly threw some color on it to see what it would look like.
Yeah.
Because I like to do ink wash,
Mm-hmm.
but threw color underneath, and then turned all the white transparent, and or basically turned a feature called multiply. Anyway, those of you who use Photoshop know what I'm talking about. And so all of my ink wash darks just go and blend in with that. It's a flat blue, but ink wash makes it look like I did all sorts of color molding, and I did not.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, it's fun. It's a good Batman drawing.
Yeah, turned out well.
And surprisingly, because I did that one live in front of people at Wayside.
Oh, okay.
Batman Day in September, and a bunch of us were sitting around having a drink and just drawing Batman together. And that came out, and I'm grateful because I like looking at it. Decent Batman on my part. Not bad. Not bad.
Decent Batman.
Decent Batman. All right. So the trade collection for the direct market comes with this Mike Mignola cover. I was like, hey, dude, you and I like Mike Mignola.
Sure do.
I love it. I think it's so beautiful and perfectly Mignola.
Yes. Absolutely. Even though it's like off-centered a little bit, like in terms of some of the, which is, like his kind of calling card for a lot of things. But yeah, those characters look great.
I like even Ahab's harpoon staff thing.
Sure.
It looks like that energy is crackling from it.
Yeah.
Really great looking stuff.
He's a weird dude. Eh?
Ahab or Mignola?
I mean, both, but Ahab.
Yeah. So this is his first appearance. Is in this
key issue. It's a key issue.
All right. Let me give you an overview of this thing, and I will show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to remove our dear friend here and add this.
Oh.
Ooh. And I'm going to take you and I out so that we can see this more closely.
Sure.
Here, of course, is the issue in question. Here is the trade, and it's strange because it's like a tiny bit smaller, like it's trimmed just a hair smaller than this is, and it's a strange choice. But anyway, I will keep our voices.
Love that Mignola cover.
Yeah, it works out well, and of course, the art is presented in a way that is like framed, so they don't use the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not full size because
Mm-hmm.
I guess he didn't really leave room for any kind of titling
Yeah,
other
yeah.
than X-Men at the top. But they went a different direction. Now, they could have full sized it and put Days of Future Present above, and I think it would have worked just fine. But they did what they did. I picked up this edition at my local at Planet X in Richmond Hill, and it's like an out of print version.
Right.
So I
Right.
was happy to get my hands on it. Okay, Chris, this is going to get bonkers, and I might have to raise my voice a tiny bit because I'm
Oh,
moving it not across the room, but I'm just going over here. Can you still hear me okay?
I can still hear you just fine.
All right, excellent. So this bad boy, there you go. There's Ahab. It is funky, and there are a lot of different artists in this, and you are going to very quickly be reminded why you love Arthur Adams.
Right.
And how spoiled we've been reading Uncanny X-Men with the cast of creators that have been on it, because it feels when you read this one like it's dashed out at a like rapid pace, and the art is it will leave you wanting.
Mm-hmm.
So the first issue, here's the credits, written by Walter Simonson, drawn by Jackson Geist, inked by Jeff Isherwood. And I don't know much about Isherwood stuff. I've seen Jackson Geist's stuff all over X Factor in the early days.
Okay.
And it's sort of, Marvel House style, but this is a mess. New Mutants, written by Louise Simonson, penciled by a couple guys, Terry Shoemaker and Chris Wozniak. I don't really know either. And then we get Scott Williams, who's like Jim Lee's guy within
That's right. Yeah.
time. Al Milgram, who is a member of like the bullpen and an editor at Marvel as well. Art T. Bear, who goes to be like another guy who's like working in the bullpen, and we see all over Arthur Adams and a lot of other artists at the time. And Harry Candelario, I've never even heard of, and I don't know who that is. So I like when there's people I've never heard of. X Factor, also written by Louise Simonson, so there should be some good synergy between those two. John Bogdanov is a really good penciler. This is going to be bonkers. Like this work he does. I think we saw him on the Fantastic Four versus X-Men run, and he does some Power Pack. And I've seen him work on lots of things over the years, including The Death of Superman. This is some of the fastest, craziest stuff I've ever seen him draw. Al Milgram inking again, right? So he's got his hands in this, which means they're down to like all hands on deck.
Right.
He's kind of an last like a backstop. Maybe that's not the right term for it, but and then look at the cast of inkers here too: Dan Green, Bob Wyachek, Al Milgram, Art T. Bear, and Stan Mancuso. Mancuso. So they're really getting a lot of guys in here to get this done. And
that is a lot of inkers.
Yeah, it's surprising. So in this story, the Fantastic Four are returning. I have to tell you, returning from somewhere doesn't really matter. There were lots of adventures in Simonson's run. But the Thing is often referred to as She-Thing.
Okay.
And it's not Ben Grimm or Benjamina Grimm. It is a character who's been in Marvel for a little while named Sharon Ventura, who also takes on the moniker of Ms. Marvel. And she is like a wrestler. So in the 80s, in I think it was maybe the DC area or maybe New York, there was like a wrestling, a WWE style wrestling federation thing that the Thing participated in. And other characters like D-Man, and I don't. You guys in the chat can remind us who else was involved in that. But there was a wrestling. It was a pop culture thing, So they had this character Sharon Ventura get transformed into a She-Thing and join the group.
And why was that? So I know in the comic that we're about to read, Ben Grimm is in human form.
He's right there. He's hard to spot it. He's trenchcoat Ben Grimm.
Right.
He's here as well. He often pilots the ship.
So he just like wanted a break.
I don't think he could turn into the Thing at the moment. See, here he is.
Yeah.
So The art is fine. It looks like there isn't a lot of synergy between the inker and the penciler, but it's serviceable
Yep.
until it isn't. And there are some panels that get really weird. This is a full-on Walt Simonson ripoff or homage. Like I've seen that drawing by Simonson somewhere else, but they all of a sudden they're like being attacked. Something's going on in their Baxter building, and the Jack Kirby FF shows up.
Right.
So there's now a battle between two FFs of different time periods. And you see here's Franklin Richards, right? So he's involved in this somehow. He's got his Hobbes doll, and right, he's walking around with Hobbes because Calvin and Hobbes was a big deal at the time. And it just throughout the story, time is going to be a little bit weird. People are showing up in each of the different comics that don't belong there. The two FFs figure out they're the exact same people, that they're not, like no one is a clone or an imposter. They're the same beings. And then Franklin as an adult shows up. So a man out of time.
Yes. Who we see die. We see die in Days of Future Past.
Yeah, we do see him die, and he isn't at all built like this.
No.
And Rachel isn't built the way we're used to seeing her either. So the Rachel and the Franklin that die are versions. I'm going to suggest like the Rachel we know, she's from a parallel version of that future. Like we saw that one die, but maybe the one more universe over or one more reality over, that one made it out.
Sure.
And this is the Franklin from the world where that made it out. I think they call it, instead of 616, it's like 811.
Okay.
And I don't really want to get into that stuff,
right?
Because it's not that fun
You're
for
headed, man.
you and I, and it takes us way off track. Michael is talking, I can see in the chat there, about the power broker. Yeah. Who gave people superpowers and so they could have like superpower wrestling.
Oh,
and
okay.
I believe the power broker, they used that moniker in, was it Falcon and the Winter Soldier? And Sharon Carter?
Yeah, sure.
Power broker?
Something like that. Yeah, that sounds,
Yeah. So you can see, like, there are probably some good penciling here, but the inking turns this into a sketchy, complicated kind of mess.
Yeah.
This face is, like, crazy and disfigured, but you get two Franklins at the same time, and they're both kind of going a little mad. So then we get Rachel Summers, and is with, I think, Megan, in Britain.
Oh, right. Excalibur Megan. Sure.
Right. She senses that Franklin has arrived, like, in this time period. That's impossible. Like one of those kinds of things. Banshee is wearing a Shamrock shirt.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He's on brand.
He's on brand. Anyway, things happen. Ahab shows up. The Power Pack kids are here for a minute. It's all just kind of building up some drama, some stakes, some fighting between characters. It doesn't really matter. We're trying to get through this quick to talk about the X-Men issue. And because remember, Franklin Richards is connected to Power Pack. He's often like babysat by them or hanging out with them or whatever. So the issue ends. They have a mystery. There is the X Factor ship, where in New York where it wasn't before.
Right. It's called Ship, right?
It is called Ship.
Yeah.
So they've got a new Franklin. They don't know what's going on, and there's a conflict. And then we get this New Mutants issue, covered by Liefeld.
Right.
But he hasn't taken over the series the way that he will very, very shortly. Simonson's still on it as a writer, and that's like the central conflict is between the two of them and what direction the book will go.
Wow.
So Franklin from the future
yeah,
has arrived at the wreckage of the X Mansion, which he has memory of like learning at and studying at.
Yeah.
Because in his mind, he's an X-Men.
Right.
So we get, this dramatic stuff. Okay, cool. All good. And he has like some half memories of like color hold stuff, like gates, and they're using colors to represent some like half memory. So he's sort of superimposing his memory over what he sees. And then as he walks through, he changes reality to put himself in his New Mutants costume. and then once more into his X-Men costume.
Interesting X-Men costume.
You think so?
I mean, it's interesting.
It's a thing.
I mean, it's a thing. I'm not sure the X's on the kneecaps are,
Sure.
but okay, all right.
We'll go with it.
Yeah,
Then there's Ahab in his between universe, space and time,
sure.
orders with his different hounds and sentinels, and they're going to go on a mission. And we get the New Mutants, of course. And like every good tropey New Mutant story, they are training. They're in their worst costumes from someone's point of view, no longer in their classic originals, nor in a streamlined version we're going to see later. I guess it's Boom Boom and Richter, Warlock, Cannonball, Wolfsbane, and Sunspot. So it's pretty much that original team with 2 additions.
Yep.
And some robots, all going fine. And then wouldn't you know, who should show up? Well, Cable's here as their teacher.
Right.
Instructing them, and who should show up but this group, which is Franklin's group of New Mutants and X-Men.
X-Men from the future.
Yes. That he's conjured because this is what he wants to see, right?
Yes.
Like he's kind of going through this experience in not a fugue state and not a fully conscious state either, but he's like altering reality at his whim without necessarily being aware of its consequences.
Right. Including, I believe, Doug Ramsey.
Right there. So in this version, Doug Ramsey did not die.
No.
And those characters are as inspired as you want them to be. This guy's name is Blade.
Blade?
I believe so.
Do we know the other names?
She's Blue.
Yep.
Clearly, it's a Nightcrawler log. And this guy is just some big guy.
Okay.
He's just called Big Guy, I guess.
Big guy.
He's not
Big
strong,
guy.
but he's Big Guy.
Big guy, future guy. Yep.
Yep. And it's hard to see, so I'm going to bring this up to you. But if you can see Cable's back.
Yes.
Right here.
Yes.
There is no drawing of guns in like back holster thing.
Right.
It's just 2 gray blobs morphed into his I don't even know what we call it, shoulder pads.
Maybe.
Like the Cable had not been drawn from all sides yet. There wasn't like a clear character design that these guys had access to. Mm-hmm. So he just draws nothing. It's so weird.
This might also speak to the not necessarily rush job, but like rush production schedule, right?
I think we can call it a rush job.
Okay.
Anyway, they fight and they come to terms eventually, and like I don't know what to say. It's just manufactured conflicts for the sake of action without story. Then future Banshee shows up just to get a good look at this guy.
Oh yeah, and he's missing an eye.
Isn't everybody?
It is the future,
right? So Cable has kind of one techno eye. Mm-hmm. Ahab has a missing eye. Banshee has a missing eye.
It's the look. It's the look in the Days of Future Present.
That's right. It's really important that everyone understands that. And he also, of course, has a ponytail.
Of course.
He has a mullet ponytail, which is really important. Hey, for those of you who want to look up to date or future-ish, make sure you get that mullet ponytail going. So they have their conflict, and it's not a BAMF anymore. It's a PAMF.
Oh.
If you want to imagine why it doesn't start with a B, but it starts with a P, it might be about where the expulsion comes from. But you can just experiment with that imagination game on your own.
Oh, my goodness. And do I see there in the panel on the right, that's another Doug Ramsey Warlock combo?
Yes, and
middle?
This combo is called Magus.
Right.
He corrects them and calls himself Magus.
Okay.
So I imagine in it that Warlock has taken his father's mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it starts to work itself out, and people start disappearing from reality, and it's fine. Fantastic Four shows up. Banshee in his normal suit shows up. We get more shots of Cable where his guns don't go into anything.
I
It's
really
really,
don't
really
like
fun.
that sunspot outfit
Oh gosh, no,
with the mask around the eyes. And anyway,
it's somebody's favorite, and it
yeah,
just ain't mine. I'm
no,
wondering if Roberto da Costa, the character, correct me, is he Brazilian?
I believe so. Yeah,
Um, so it might be that they're going for something with a bit of a South American flair, like a Zorro mask. I know that is not South American, but I'm talking about more what an American artist might just try to bring in without actually doing research into
possibly.
what is authentically Brazilian. So I think they're just kind of, I don't know what they're trying to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I dislike it greatly. It doesn't last very long, but it's here in the moment. And then
More of Cable's back.
sorry, let me get this straight.
Oh
Cable's
wow,
back. Look at this. It's just these giant silver things into nothing.
jeez.
Anyway, some drones show up from the guys hunting mutants, and now the Fantastic Four, the New Mutants, together with Banshee, have to fight off.
A hound.
Like the inking style's changing every 2 pages.
Yeah.
They fight. There's
They
Ahab.
fight. They fight. They fight. They fight.
They do. And then look at this style face.
What's different?
Totally. The
Huh.
faces start to get really gummy. I'll show you another example in a moment. Like the Sentinel looks not very imposing. It looks
Yeah.
just a little more elementary, like a younger.
It looks like, I don't want to body shame a Sentinel, but it doesn't look doesn't look as svelte.
Look at
What?
that drawing of someone, Rachel, maybe
Rachel and Franklin?
Frank. It's Rachel,
Yeah.
but like that version of a face is from a different brand of comics. It's not a
completely. Completely.
Like
right.
Like this isn't the same kind of comic at all. Or that face.
What is going? It's like watching. Yeah, no, it's weird.
Yeah. So
It's like,
he's doing power thing.
80s Canadian animation.
Something does.
Something straight out of the Raccoons.
Comely. It looks like a Richard Comely Captain Connect comic.
Yeah,
it does.
It does. Huh.
But I don't know what this is. Just him open mouthed, yelling. Roar. War. War. I don't know. These are not good looking comics. So it's Big Franklin, Little Franklin having a tete-a-tete. And then he throws Little Franklin in the fire.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank goodness it's over and they're finished that conflict for the moment. But again, nothing's really happening.
Right.
The characters are meeting. They're having trouble coping with the situation that they're in that is completely manufactured. And it's fine. Now we're on to the John Bogdanov stuff. And I do like him as a penciler. He's just crazy rushed. Like, that to me is inspired. But the proportions are...
I was going to say, the arms, the proportion there is really pretty off, unless you're going for that look. But
right, and he is. He's totally going for that. So, like the trope before, X Factor is training. Because that way you get to have an action scene.
Yep.
And it looks like Jean Grey is playing... like Eye? Well, is that the name of the sport where they have these things?
Oh, I don't even know. Oh, is that the one where you throw the ball through the...
Yes.
Oh.
Anyway, they're shooting
I see. Yeah.
ice balls at her. And anyway, it don't really matter. It's just, again, a training scene for the reasons of action.
Of action, yeah.
There's not an actual conflict here, but... And they have their kid, right? So there's... They keep... By the way, they call him Christopher all the time.
Yes.
He's... Nathan is his, like... underused first name, but his
Right.
name that he's called is Nathan. Is Christopher. He's Nathan Christopher Summers,
Right.
just like you.
Just like, well, if only it could be a Summers.
So I noticed there's like a lot of big panels, and
Yeah.
that is a classic Jack Kirby way to get your pages done faster. Is draw less pictures.
Right.
It seems like it would be make no difference because you still have to fill a page, but sometimes it's a way to cut corners. There's no storytelling thinking. You just strike a crazy abstract pose, have all the talking, instead of having him do all this acting over several pages and actually think it out and compose. Just spend your time noodling this background and not actually doing the cognitive side. But he has all these green and purple monsters.
Right. More
Right.
animals. Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. People are flying around New York. We get a new Fantastic car. We get Ben Grimm in a new outfit now. He's wearing like a pilot. He's like leather flight jacket.
We get
Or-
a forge. Forge.
Yeah. Forges around with none of the straps or pouches, but he's there. And now the teams are meeting. And we're finally getting the thing that fans have wanted since the early 1980s. And they say the line, ready?
Yeah.
Yo, ice and fire. The unbeatable combo.
People have wanted this for a while. Iceman and the Human Torch.
Yes, didn't you know that's actually what Spider-Man and his amazing friends were supposed to be?
No.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Iceman and Human Torch, but Human Torch's rights were tied up with another project.
So they use Firestar.
So they made up Firestar.
Oh.
But they wanted Human Torch.
So they could be ice and fire.
Yeah. Or more commonly used, Fire and Ice. So now we've got X Factor, X-Men, and the Fantastic Four hanging out together, but there is no actual issue. There's no problem, other than Franklin Richards is kind of going around and time seems to be being played with by somebody. Anyways, they do some more talking. They fly around together. They follow action. Rachel's there. She's interacting with Franklin. They're zapping each other. And it doesn't, like, none of it matters. Jean Grey has yet to meet Phoenix. That's coming up in a moment, which is kind of monumental emotionally for both characters. And what's happening? I never meant it to be this way. I only wanted you to love me. It's all so changed. How can it have gone so wrong? Boom. Again, it's just him coming back, and it can't. None of this will work. It just doesn't work. Here they meet.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Mother. I hadn't planned for us to meet like this. But there you go. They met. There's She-Thing.
She him.
Yeah. A Sentinel shows up.
Yep.
Fighting. You gotta fight a Sentinel. So there you go. You get a Sentinel fight. Franklin Richards or Steve Rogers? You tell me.
Kazar. Short hair.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're not my daughter.
No.
But please, be my mother. Anyway, Ahab shows up again. Look at that peg leg there.
Whew.
And it's like a nightmare for Rachel, of course, because this is like the terrible...
These are right through, yeah.
Yeah. So that there's like her worst case scenario. And this is where the arc gets really weird from Bogdanov. It's just very abstract and very, very fast. It's expressive. I give him that.
Yeah.
It's been energetic, but I mean, this Rachel here is like, look at that face. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a giant mess. But again, it's someone's favorite first story, and
Sure.
respect. Statue of Liberty, whatever. Beast, some X Factor, Fire and Ice together.
Nice.
Ice. Cyclops does some stuff. There's some explosions. These pages are done really fast. And everything seems to be okay. But do any of you know? Sorry, but what do any of you know about the future?
Whoa.
Oh no. And then he takes Nathan Christopher away from Cyclops, and look at this Cyclops drawing.
Wow.
Is he melting?
I think so, yeah. Heartbreak.
Yeah. And then he just kerplops. His baby is gone.
Yeah.
And that's where we are when we start Annual 14.
Wow.
It's a lot of nothing. Nothing has happened. It's just a manufactured conflict of Franklin Richards coming to the present we're used to. And I don't know if any of that matters in the slightest.
I'm not sure it does.
Yeah.
Sure it does.
But that puts us in an interesting position because now we get to read Annual 14.
Mm-hmm.
We're as prepared as we'll ever be for this experience.
Yeah, strapped in.
Yeah, I'm just changing my lighting here so I'm actually able to read because the room is quite dark, and we will get into that. Anything else you want to talk about before we...
I think like the recap of those issues. Yeah, I right. I mean, not having read those before, having read this annual, and then at least having a bit of a summary of issues 1 to 3, it maybe helps provide some context, but not much.
So that's a little bit more context then. We have the situation with X-Men where there's this ongoing story, right? We know. We've watched the ongoing story sort of falter and become a little stale.
Yep.
We've started to see hints that there's going to be some recycling, some, hey, let's go back and maybe bring these characters back in, bring that back in. And this is a time to maybe go after the biggest X-Men event other than the Dark Phoenix saga. Use its name as cachet to try and sell four annuals, but have it have no lasting impact on what happens in the continuity moving forward.
Right.
We're going to plant a few seeds that maybe never go anywhere. We're going to just continue hinting about, Rachel's crazy future that she comes from. Franklin has been a character growing in comics for, at this point, 25 years or, around that time, since the mid-60s when he's born in Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And like Annual 5 or 6 or so, like around that time. And they're going to finally sort of say, like, yeah, he is not just this little kid with dream powers. He will become an adult that is like omnipowerful.
Yeah.
And let's show it. Let's bring a little bit of this, but let's use this X-Men name that is not sacred, but it just, like I said, has a huge amount of cachet, like calling something Secret Wars 2 after you have your top-selling Secret Wars, even though there isn't necessarily a story to tell that is inspired from a place of character and meaningful conflict and themes, but it's maybe just a brand cash grab.
And don't forget, we get the debut of Franklin Richards on film in the MCU at the end of Fantastic Four first.
Yeah. I mean, he's born in that movie for sure. We get to see that kid all throughout that movie. It's pretty special. So this ties into that.
There you go.
Now, we are treated to, like, we had a John Byrne cover in the Fantastic Four. We get a Liefeld cover on the New Mutants. I've already forgotten who does the X Factor cover. I don't want to look, if you don't mind.
No.
And probably Bogdanov. And then you get Arthur Adams. And there's a whole thing with Arthur Adams doing X-Men annuals too, right? That's like a bit of a trend that we as fans get treated to every year. Another sort of 48-page Arthur Adams adventure of sorts. And this cover, you get your characters looking as unique as ever. His Cannonball does not look like his Cyclops, who doesn't look like his Banshee. Each of the characters has unique characteristics. Cable and Forge look nothing alike. I love it. He is just such a great stylist. Like, he really leans into the things he does well. And Ahab looks terrifying.
Sure does.
The machinery is really cool. He takes a different approach than Mignola, even though the two of them are absolute pals.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of RoboCop in that.
Yeah, for sure. Upper torso and chest for sure.
Yeah, which is really cool to see.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I've watched that one recently, so it's on the mind too, which is neat. And I bring that up because I think there's another RoboCop character in this issue.
Okay.
When was the last time you watched RoboCop?
Ooh, a while ago.
Okay, everybody out there, turn off this show and go watch RoboCop. Take it out of your local library, and I'm just joking. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere relatively
That's
easy.
got to be. Yeah.
All right, want to open this bad boy up? It is a lot of reading.
Let's do it.
If you think there's something we can skip over, let's do that. And
Okay.
also, we're not reading the whole thing.
Right.
We are the fundamental things story. Oh, it's a whole nother thing worth discussing at another time. We'll look at the Mighty
Yes.
Marvel pinup later and the alternative cover at the end. But neat to see this drawing, or the frontispiece here of Ahab and a cast of mutants at the bottom. It's kind of interesting. Another version of Ben Grimm wearing a Fantastic Four suit with a
Yeah.
leather jacket over top.
Yeah.
Yeah, neat. And there is Gambit, I guess.
Yeah. Again.
Looking more like Erg or Legion.
That's right.
He's not Pretty Boy.
Hair. No.
Yeah. So we're going to read You Must Remember This.
Okay.
Written by Chris Claremont with amazing artwork by Amazing Art Adams. That's a weird choice. Incredible inks by Dan Green, Bob Wyachek, Al Milgram, Art T. Bear, Steve Mancusa. Stunning colors by Brad. I'm going to have fun with this one. Venkata. And lively letters by terrific Tom Orzechowski. There you go.
Wild.
Bro. And then look at the difference in art we're getting here.
Yeah.
Like,
it's having gone through those other three issues, even just quickly. It's not even a question how much different the art is in this issue than the other ones.
Art Adams is so much better.
He is. Yeah, it's clear that this of the four issues has the best art.
Yeah, without a doubt. As well, I'm pretty certain he's spending the most time.
Gotcha.
So we've talked before about the assembly line process of making Marvel Comics in the 80s and now 1990. And when you're a 35-year-old with children, paying off your mortgage, the rate at which you work is different than let's assume he's still single at this point, but a younger artist in a studio apartment who, I don't know what to say. The guy just would spend months making one issue as opposed to two pages a day.
Right.
There's a saying, life is first draft. Means you pretty much make it up as you go along. And there's never a chance for a rewrite. Of course, it doesn't apply to Phoenix.
Phoenix? Yeah.
Yeah, I think, but isn't the first one maybe a server?
Oh, I see. You're right. Bacon cheeseburger deluxe with all the trimmings and a Coke.
That's mine, thanks. For Rachel Summers, in a world that never was. In the one she was born into, the human race was at each other's throats, with virtually everybody ganging up on its mutant minority. While she was still a kid, that conflict exploded into open warfare, brother against brother, mother against son. The whole of humanity choosing up sides, with quarter neither asked nor given. By the way, that's a serious Chris Claremont trope. He uses that a lot.
At least once every 5 issues.
And life devolved faster than anyone could have thought possible into the most awful of nightmares. But that was then, a future that hasn't happened yet, where all possibilities, good and bad, remain up for grabs. Wow. I want a hamburger, Chris.
Yeah, seriously, I do want the hamburger. Yeah.
Stan Lee presents the Uncanny X-Men in You Must Remember This, co-starring the New Mutants, X-Factor, and the Fantastic Four. This is now. I'm going to have a word here or two that I don't know how to pronounce. Oh, that's the one. Pequod? Do you know that word?
Pequod.
Is the Pequod the name of the boat that Ishmael was on?
Oh.
I'm guessing. Hey, you literary types out there. Like, Al, you're here, I hope. I see you in the chat. Do you know, have you read Moby Dick?
Moby Dick?
Or do you know? Anyway, I'll read the boxes here, and the context makes me think that Pequod is the name of the boat, but I don't know. Of the time to come, Ray, meaning Rachel, like Ishmael of the whaler Pequod, alone escaped to tell the tale. Problem is, along the way, she fell in with bad company and her memories got somewhat seriously scrambled. Her head's jumbled, crammed full of images. But she can't tell true from false, real from fake, the ones she lived through from those she was given. She has a sense of what's coming, a certainty that something must be done, but no way of knowing if she's making things better or worse, preventing the Holocaust to come, or guaranteeing it.
I'll tell you what, though, that burger doesn't matter. Enjoy that burger now, Rachel. That's what I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go get a burger tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it makes you want to.
Yeah, I think, you know where I'm going to go?
You going to go somewhere up near you?
Yeah, of course. I got to draw, dude.
What's near you? Burger's Priest?
No Burger Priest. No Burger's Priest until you get all the way to Newmarket. But
you're not going to go to Golden.
No, that's all the way in Thornhill. That's still like 20 minutes.
Okay, hold on.
I'll give you a clue. You and I have been there, and you might not think burger, but the burgers are good. It's local to Richmond Hill.
Local to Richmond Hill?
Yeah, and it's unique. It's a one of a kind.
Really? And the burgers are good. And
they are.
Oh, wait, that diner.
You got it.
A diner on Main Street, Richmond Hill.
Yeah, Young Street, but yeah.
Cool. What's that place called again?
3 Coins Open Kitchen.
That's it. 3 Coins. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. All right. Don't hold me to it. Here we go.
How's it taste?
Outstanding.
Well, you're polishing it off. I get the feeling you've never had one before.
Oh, not in a while. Protein packs, mostly. High energy rations laced with psychoactive narcotics to keep her docile. Thing was, they didn't need the drugs. A hound served its master because that's what it was trained to do. And in her day, Rachel was the best. I was wondering, got any apple pie?
Freeze, suckers! Hey, no problem, man. We're cool.
Miss, come on, lady. Don't do this. Give us a break. Well, yeah, they got shotguns.
Register at a safe. Unload all of your cash now. Hey, you deaf honey. Bunch of brain dead. Pay attention when I talk to you.
So do you think this is the guy from RoboCop?
Oh, I can change the voice.
But you know what I mean.
Hi, Bobby. Freeze. It's Red from that 70s show.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Of course.
But
that's good. Nice.
I think don't you think that's who he's supposed to be?
Yeah, I can see it. The glasses, the balding. Yeah, for sure.
Right. That's just my take on it. I'm just trying to get I'm playing with my phone here to try and get it to leave the chat, and it's still involved in some way. Is it going to come on by accident? I want it to. Oh, don't allow. Let's see if I can get this thing to. Okay, never mind. Anyway, there's that awesome X-Men ad.
Yeah, exactly, for Nintendo.
Enough.
Ooh.
Clump. Crunch. Boop, beep, boop, boop, boop. That's better. Things a girl has to do
Huh? Mm-hmm.
to enjoy a meal. I like these guys. The guy's name is Buddy. And the diner that they're at is called Dell's.
Okay. All right.
You can see
Buddy
it.
kind of looks like Dana Carvey.
Sure.
Yeah, it could be Dana Carvey.
Yeah. They're cute. Nothing to it, really. I use my telepathy to short-circuit their brains into a fugue state and telekinesis to deal with their weapons. So, how about that pie? Huh? Who's that? Someone watching? No! Yes, oh yes, please. Oh yes, it can't be. Like, look at that face he draws, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's so expressive. Anyway.
Totally. No need to run, miss. We called the cops. The danger's over. Darndest thing, wasn't it?
It's got to be. He's just a kid in this era. Not grown up like when you knew him. What does that prove? I'm back-timed. Why not him? Have you ever heard that term before?
Back-timed?
Yeah.
Gotta go back in time.
I often feel like I'm back-timed as well.
Back-timed, yeah.
Yeah. Franklin! Not a sign of him. Franklin! I hate it when he does this. Franklin!
She's flying.
Look at them wings! Like a bird made of fire.
I bet she's a beauty.
So how come she didn't help us with them scumods inside?
Hey, Phil, dummy. How do you know she didn't?
Good point. There's a good colorist. That choice to just put it all as baby blue. It really reads so clear.
Yeah.
Nighttime light and shadow. It's a good choice. Lets us focus on her, too.
Mm-hmm. Was she wearing like a police officer's jacket? It's almost like it's got a badge and
I think it had some patches and stuff on it.
Yeah.
Art is drawing who knows what. Like maybe he's into vintage clothes. His characters are dressed very specifically.
Right.
And that's to his credit that he makes these believable costumes and such. And they're consistent from panel to panel, which is one of the reasons that guys like me get paralyzed when it comes time to dressing people, because I don't know what I don't know what they're wearing. I have no idea, these characters in whatever story I'm drawing. So Art Adams so clearly has figured out what everyone wears, and I have no idea.
It's like when I try to write kid dialogue, like cool teen dialogue, and I just end up with Mondo Dumps.
Mondo Dumps.
Mondo Dumps. By the Vishanti, a disturbance in the astral planes such as I've not sensed since the night of Dark Phoenix.
Nice. Mom, somebody's calling.
What are you talking about? Nobody said a word. Eat your broccoli, dear. That was just your imagination.
And the little Burger Queen lady, her name is Charlie.
What is her name? Charlie?
Charlie with two E's.
Okay.
Could say Charlene.
Oh,
It
maybe.
could be like spelled however. But yeah, she obviously has some sort of extrasensory perception of some sort.
As does the child.
As is the child. And then we get a character who I think is maybe one of the Morlocks.
Maybe.
Like, it's not Mask.
No, it's not Mask.
Maybe there was some telepathic or sensitive Morlock.
Sure.
Type. And of course, we get Spidey.
Yeah.
Need to see just Doctor Strange and Spidey show up in the comic.
Yeah.
And like these pages, look at those. Just overall, looking at the clouds and the flame effects. He's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the city, a very special few, some mutants like herself, others like Doctor Strange, masters of the arcane arts, which allow them to perceive what most cannot, Still others, such as Spider-Man, born normal but granted superhuman abilities by an accident of fate, hear her mental cry. But though she uses all her psionic strength and skill, the minds she seeks to the minds the mind she seeks remains hidden from her, prompting her to wonder if he was ever really there. Maybe because I miss him so, my power conjured up his image, but he seems so real. This isn't funny, Scrapper. Show yourself, or I'm out of here, and I'm never looking back.
Just playing it safe is all.
What's that supposed to mean?
Last time we met, it was like one of those fights my Uncle Ben always used to get into with the Hulk. Figured I'd give myself room this time to get out of the way. You look good, Rachel.
You too, Scrapper.
You're not ever gonna let me live that nickname down, are you?
Worked hard enough to earn it.
Mostly tossing with you, as I recall. Probably why Power Pack were the only kids our folks could trust as babysitters. What's the matter, Red? How come I'm doing all the talking?
I'm not sure there's anything safe for me to say.
What's that supposed to mean?
This is wrong.
Not from where I stand.
Give me a break. I've been lied to by experts, chum. Why should I trust you? Hey, that face in panel 3 on that page, like her eyes, she's so vulnerable and like open, as is he. You can see he loves her just in that. Like Arthur Adams, what a friggin' talent this guy is.
Oh, yeah.
Just gorgeous, gorgeous work. Honestly, just ruins me as a guy who draws, because I can't draw as well as him. It's like, what's the point?
Might as well give up.
Yep.
Hey, you want to scan my thoughts?
What'll that prove? Telepathically or physically, I only see you when you want me to. You could hide anything.
It's truest then, pure and simple. A leap of faith.
Yeah, headlong into the abyss. Why should I?
Because the Phoenix has no choice but to follow the dictates of her heart.
And then, like, when they kiss, look what happens, dude. Yeah.
Big bird in the sky.
A lot of other artists would do this different ways too, and this one is just fantastic. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's like looking up from street level. So good. A while later, at 4 Freedoms Plaza, home and headquarters of the world-renowned Fantastic Four, where they stand gathered with the members of X Factor.
I'm sorry for the trouble I caused. Playing Doctor Who without a TARDIS isn't as easy as it looks, I guess, but I got a little scrambled along the way.
Can you say that, by the way? Is it okay to say TARDIS?
I think so, yeah.
Like
I checked it. It's okay.
Some sort of slur? Okay, I'm going to be sheathing. I'm not sure how to voice this. But
just use your instinct.
Glad to hear that. A couple of times these past few days, Frankie, you've given us quite a turn.
Just as hard for me, Ms. Marvel. Finding the world I remember isn't quite the world that is. Anyway, I figured this is our second chance. We've earned it, Ray and I. We're going to give ourselves the lives, the happiness we never had in the future we came from. Maybe ensure that it'll never be.
Whoa. Time for a reality check here.
What about my son? You've taken my son.
Remember when he melted last issue?
Remember when he melted? Exactly.
He was devastated.
Was.
It looked like he was not just broken down and crying, like his world had just ended.
Exactly.
But here he's standing calmly opposite this man.
Yeah. No, he should optic beam him into obliteration.
It's almost as if Arthur Adams drew this without knowing what the previous comic was.
That's true.
Which I think we can safely bet was the case.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Give him back to me.
Easy, Cyclops. He's a being of immense power. We don't want to antagonize him. Let me handle it calmly. Son, if you've left some unfinished business here, Cyclops' baby, your younger self, unconscious, X Factor ship, there's still Ahab to consider. Franklin, Sue and I, your mother and I, we want what's best for you.
Wom, 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 wom. I'm so happy for you both.
And proud as well of the man you've become.
Purple eyes. That's the sound.
That's great. Yeah, that dude is not okay.
No, he's not okay.
This is a comic where you need Wolverine to just show up and
Yeah.
end things.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Ben!
Do you want to be both things?
No, I you get the. Do you want to? Being Ben Grimm to me is like an honor. I think you should do it and enjoy.
Sure. X-Nay, Johnny. Let the scene play out. We'll take it from there.
What's going on? Little Franklin's weaker by the minute. Reed and Sue aren't acting like themselves.
Stop speaking so sexy.
Well, I'm made of rocks. Everything's made of rocks. It's really, really tough.
I'm fine, Hank.
Never doubted it for a moment.
Where will you go? What will you do?
Where the mood takes us. The rest will make up as we go along. Don't worry, Cyclops. We'll stay in touch. Scott and Jean seem to have forgotten about Chris. What has he done to them? Or what has he done to them? Like, again, they're calling him Chris.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, everyone. His name's not Nathan. Clearly, his name is Chris, because there's no way they ever retconned that. Right?
No.
Right.
No.
He's named after, of course, Major Christopher Summers, also known to us
as Zap Brannigan.
As Proto Star-Lord in those Marvel movies that the kids love so much.
That's right.
Member of the Starjammers. What's his name? Scrotum something? No. Corsair. Yeah, that's Christopher Summers. There you go.
That's right. She's a lovely child, your Rachel.
She isn't. Oh, sorry. I think you're both.
I think I'm both, yeah.
Right.
She isn't my anything, Mrs. Richards. Not now, no, but someday. There's a special magic, don't you think? A wonder in parents being given a view of the person their children will become. Parent? I'm not even married. And out of nowhere, I'm face to face with the product of my life to come. Not only that, she's tied intimately into the power I abhor. And a world where all I hold dear has been destroyed. It's like all the pieces of my life are locked into place without me having the slightest say. So you'll pardon me for not seeing any magic, special or otherwise, here. Rachel, she doesn't mean...
She's my mom, Franklin. I sense the essence of her thoughts as naturally as I do my own. She's hurt and angry and scared because she blames herself for a lot of what's to come.
Hey, Red, all else regardless, you'll always have me.
This hat is also quite the fashion choice.
It is, and it is distracting me. I think even like right, like why don't you just? I mean, have a big old hat, but even with all the balls, like just even to draw that meat in the first few pages of her at the diner, I'm like that's a choice.
Yeah, leave it at the diner. That's totally fine. I just love that idea that it's not the case, but like Chris Claremont puts it in the script that she specifically has to be wearing this hat. And Arthur Adams is cursing him the entire time as he's drawing all this stuff. Or it's the opposite where, Claremont said nothing and Adams is like, I've got to put this hat on this character every panel to make everyone go nuts.
Absolutely.
And Michael says that hat screams MTV. Was there a particular, 80s video where a pop star wears this kind of hat?
So definitely there's probably, I don't know if it had like the little balls. I believe there might be a Debbie Gibson video. If I'm remembering correctly.
You know what, in those videos
like
where
Mallrat, right? Like Mallrat stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Tiffany.
I'm just imagining where they're filming a video on a soundstage
Yeah.
that is basically like warehousey. There's nothing really there, but there is a closet full of costumes, and
Right.
all the like the three different singers in Bananarama
Right.
are each wearing an object that doesn't match the rest of their fluorescent
Sure.
athletic gear. So there's
Sure.
like a pair of bike shorts,
Yep.
a couple layers of loose tank tops, some bangles, and this
And
hat.
this hat.
Sorry. I wonder if this kind of hat also has a particular name. Like, it feels like it's in sombrero territory.
Yeah, it does.
But
It feels
not.
like, yeah, it does feel like it's in that territory, in that space for sure. Like I feel like I've seen it before. You know,
Sure,
probably in a much more like culturally appropriate way.
like in Three Amigos.
Like the most culturally appropriate way, Three Amigos, exactly.
All right. Take care, son. Be well.
You ever need us, Dad? Just give a yell. We'll be there.
Where are they going?
Off to find themselves in the world. But you're right. They're like, and then Cyclops still doesn't have his son, by the way. I mean, it's got a bit unsaid here. I'm glad you found each other. Give Jean time, dear. She's sure to come around. What a glorious day, don't you think?
I believe a celebration is in order.
But a rain check, Stretch. As in, till when we got proper cause. Didn't want to speak in front of the boy because he has this way of fixing reality so nothing gets in the way of what he wants. Now, aside from the fact you just accepted his every word at face value, didn't he just help his younger self permanently lock down his powers so he couldn't ever use them, ever? Maybe I'm missing something, Reed, but if young Franklin, as of now, doesn't have any superpowers, where'd his older self gain the ability to travel in time? To back time. Not to mention all the other stunts he's been pushing. Read my head.
The strangest sensation, as though my very thoughts were being turned inside. Out! Ben! Franklin!
Zapped you. Figured to make you see things his way.
Transitory reconfiguration of reality.
Whatever. At least he didn't nail us all.
He isn't hostile, Ben. Simply directed, I fear, to the point of obsession. He's desperately afraid. That much I sense. But of what? And seeking safety. To get it, he's prepared to do anything. And Michael says it's a flamenco hat.
Flamenco hat. That could work. That could be it, yeah.
Neat coloring to show the difference in environments, right? Like no natural light, so it's all the cool blues. And here we get Gambit, and this is
right.
Publication-wise, his first appearance. Canonically, not.
No.
But interesting, and the way he's portrayed, just an interesting look. Spoilers for our read-through in chronological order. The Gambit and Storm are going to find each other as characters kind of on the run.
Right.
And neat to also compare then going from like blue at the top of the page to the red at the bottom of the page, and then that middle panel, it's going into the red.
And then it's like that's pretty cool.
Just super clear cartooning. I love that thing. 40-odd miles upstate from Manhattan, amidst the ruins of Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters.
Some students' power get the whiz bit of control, huh?
Yes, finally. It's here. Oh my god. The moment I've been waiting for.
Give me some time. It's got to get better, but
since the show started, this is why I'm here. I just wanted to hear you do more and more Gambit all the time. This has kept me going for months.
Oh my goodness, we're finally here.
Episode
204, whatever the heck it is.
I'm grinning ear to ear.
208. All right.
Hardly. The mansion was blown up by one of X-Men's foes, Mr. Sinister.
I like the name.
A man who dresses as you do and calls himself Gambit is hardly in a position to cast aspersions.
You know, Storm, I think I liked you better when you had the brain of a kid. That's not it at all. I'll find it. I'll find it. The go with the Bobby. That's not it.
Life is tough. Hush now, and follow my lead.
Hash under the floor. You want me to override the alarm?
Already done.
I bet you there's a backup.
And then
Stormy.
then we get obviously the alert light is going off, and we get our first, I guess, like Arthur Adams cable,
Yeah.
which is again like a serious face, but just really well constructed. This guy just draws like a gosh darn machine.
Stormy. Stormy.
Do not call me that.
There are better ways in, huh? I mean, why are we going? Might as well hammer on the front door and announce ourselves.
You believe you can do better, thief?
I couldn't hardly do worse.
Now, Cable's got that music on X-Men. Every time he comes on screen, there's like this down, down, like
Yes, exactly.
Cable theme music, which always makes me laugh. But here we go. I'm Cable. You're trespassing. And like, look at those arms.
Huge.
And if you even look, Adams draws his shoulder pads like getting creased as his arm comes in front of his body. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like he makes it work. And the guns have like detail on them. They're not just gray lumps. They have weight. His right arm has spikes on it.
Yeah.
That's hard to see in your version, but in mine it's quite clear.
Okay.
It looks like he has like a spiked glove.
Jeez.
Awesome.
I see him. Yeah. Okay.
My sentiments precisely about you. Excellent move. Superb follow through. Unfortunately, young lady, I have the edge in size, strength, speed, and knowledge. Oh! Stay still, handsome. Stay alive. Stop struggling, kid. You can't budge me. Perhaps not physically, but once I put a lightning bolt where it will do the most good.
Cable man, what you glory?
Caught some intruders, Irish. Any objections?
Girl's voice sounds awfully familiar.
Do you want me to do
That's Warlock, isn't it?
yeah? Do you want me to do Warlock? I don't remember.
Yeah,
who
you
did
got Warlock, yeah.
Fine. Queries, so friends. Evaluation. Analysis of female captives' physiognomical parameters reveals a match state with those of
Storm.
uh-oh, Forge, no way. I seen the file pics, man. This Joe Bates younger than me. Nevertheless, I am who I appear to be. And I see there have been many changes in my absence. Shall we compare notes? And she takes Forge's hands in a way that is familiar. And he does not look so comfortable.
No, he does. No.
And so, my copy and the one here in the scan, like you can see the ink has like rubbed off on the red side.
Yeah.
In certain spots. And it's a little bit blotchy on the non-red side too. Mine is actually really quite dirty from the ink. Like I have some huge areas of mess, and so be it. It's of the time, right?
Yeah, totally.
I run the New Mutants now. Banshee and Forge have been staying with us and X Factor while they conducted a search for the rest of the missing X-Men. Our information about you, Storm, was that you were dead.
Misdirection, courtesy of the creature who abducted.
Oh, that is so poorly placed.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
Yeah, we both assumed that was Forge speaking.
Yeah.
But the tail definitely goes to him. So bizarre. Misdirection courtesy of the creature who abducted me, Nanny. She sought to add me to her menagerie of mutant orphans. For my own good, she claimed to protect me from the dangers in store for our kind. To do so, however, since all she appeared to care about were children, she felt obliged to regress me to that state. I managed to escape. So for that, we need to read 265 through 267.
Okay.
But that face on screen, is that not? Calls himself Franklin Richards, grown-up version of Reed and Sue Richards' only kid. Claims to be a refugee from the same future Rachel Phoenix came from. Showed up one morning, resurrected Xavier's school. But as it was evidently in his time, conjured up a passel of students. You know the word passel?
Nope.
Me neither, but I get it. It's like a bushel, but different.
But, right.
Conjured up a passel of students to go with it, plus an older incarnation of Banshee, his headmaster, some we knew, such as Cypher, most we didn't. As if that wasn't problem enough, turned out Frankie had a major trouble on his tail. Somebody after his scalp in the worst way, ready and willing to stomp whoever got in the way. Name of Ahab. When all was said and done, grown-up Frankie teamed with young Frankie to permanently neutralize the kid's powers, active and latent both, so that he couldn't access them ever again. Which, according to grown-up Frankie, pretty much guarantees in the future he and Rachel fled, where mutants are hunted enemies of the state, to be shot on sight, will come to pass. Doesn't he mean the opposite?
Right. Isn't that why he drained his power so the future wouldn't happen?
Huh. Okay. Well, let's continue.
All right.
Before I actually continue, how necessary was this info dump? It contextualized everything.
Well, the 3 issues before, sure, yeah.
It actually sounds like an okay story when he says it.
Right.
Reading it, it doesn't feel like as concise as what he's getting at.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. This cannot be. He cannot be. Alert the Fantastic Four. We must find him at once. Ahab's still the threat, Storm. You do not understand, Cable. In the future you speak of, Franklin Richards was killed. Whatever the lost soul claims, he is either an imposter or something far worse. For Freedom's Plaza.
All right. Penny for them, Cyclops? My thoughts are hardly worth even that, Mrs. Richards. Why not let me be the judge? Why is she so angry? Your sweetheart, Jean Grey? I love her. She loves me. Oh, sorry, nope. Wow, that twist. I love her. She loves me. Shouldn't that be all that matters? It should. It often isn't. That's for sure. So much of her life seems totally out of control, Scott. Whole pieces exist that she feels she had no part of, yet must bear responsibility for and deal with the repercussions. She denies because it's the only way she knows of asserting herself and her free will. No matter who gets hurt or how miserable it leaves her. You know, sometimes she says she wishes you, Fantastic Four, had never found her, and your husband never woke her from suspended animation. She means more to me than my life, but I don't know how to reach her anymore.
How good is that Cyclops face?
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. Uh-oh. Do you want to be Ahab?
I've got a voice in my head for him I can do.
I'm on board. Go ahead.
Because he's Ahab. Right. That laddie book. just became the least of your worries.
Oh,
Going full
he
pirate.
got zapped pretty good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, downstairs, I think this is all Storm talking.
I think you're right.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
That is a lot of characters in one panel. Originally, the Kitty Pride... She's explaining, of course, Days of Future Past.
Yeah, exactly.
Originally, the Kitty Pride of our era was psychically transposed, courtesy of Phoenix, with her adult self, according to Kate Pride, and confirmed later by Rachel when she backtimed here physically. That future is one where most of those we know as super beings, whether hero or villain, mutant or otherwise, have either been slain or imprisoned in concentration camps. North America is ruled by robotic sentinels who are attempting to expand the fulfillment of their prime directive, the extermination of all variants from baseline Homo sapiens, to encompass the entire world. The key element in this scenario was the assassination of Senator Robert Kelly. We X-Men thought we had eliminated the timeline by saving him. Evidently, although the details may have changed, the general thrust of history appears to have not.
Which means, in effect, what?
Were all of us doomed? If that world comes to pass, Beast, yes. Then I'm worried about Franklin. He hasn't stirred since this afternoon. This deep asleep.
Natural, I know. We got a billion pieces of this puzzle stretch. Only one fella I figure can make them fit. It isn't just Franklin thing. I feel something too. A wrongness from Rachel.
I think it's Cable.
That's Cable, I think, yeah.
Makes sense. If there's a bond between both women, it should cut both ways. Let's get moving. The sooner we find them, the better, I suspect, for all concerned.
I am Ahab, Hound Master, hunter of mutants, and their slayer. After Pride's time switch, the hierarchy set in motion appropriate countermeasures, seating me and mine at this temporal nexus to prevent any further rewriting of what is for us history. And who better to aid me in my sacred task than the parents of those I seek?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lot. There's a lot to look at.
Oh, yeah. You've had precious little success so far, Buster. Monster, nothing you can do can make me betray my son. I'll die first. Considering this installation is codefaxed, codefaxed the tomb, my dear. That's an apt, albeit futile boast. Run away, die you shall. The transition process has been refined considerably since young Rachel served as the initial prototype. Essentially, the genetic software of your DNA is overwritten by a new program, reshaping mind and body to my purposes. For her, the process took the better part of a year. For you, only seconds. No less painful, though, no less effective. Far more permanent. Hounds you are, hounds you shall remain. For as long as you draw breath, in all the ways that matter, intelligence, strength, courage, power, you are as you were. But all the old loyalties are gone, replaced by an absolute devotion to me and to the sea. I mean me. If I say kill, that you shall. Even those you once loved. Now, since you have a special affinity to the location of your blood relations, tell me where they are. There are two locks.
Yeah, loci.
Loci.
Yeah.
Two loci to my son. We want the adult. And Rachel?
Master, I cannot find her. Oh, it shouldn't be. He isn't lying. He genuinely doesn't know. But she's his daughter. Even her soy talent shouldn't be able to mask her from him. No matter. They're young, those two, and in love. Once, as I was in love a long time ago. Find one. You're sure to find the other. Lead the way, my pets. It's been too long since those children have beheld their master.
Okay, so when an Ahab figure gets made by Marvel Legends,
Yeah.
how badly do you want that figure?
I mean, sure.
Is it a 3-pack with these two
It's a
turquoise
3-pack.
hounds?
These are such weird hounds.
So
Right.
I do like Cyclops's outfit. I think like the chains are kind of,
Yeah.
they're bound by a few things. Like it has to repeat some of the designs that
Sure.
were originally made for Rachel. But there's some funny things like the 4 with the cross through it
Yeah.
and the spiky shoulders and like the devil horns hair.
Yeah.
Bizarre, very
Yeah.
bizarre. But I like the very basic comic language of you go from primary colors as heroes to secondary colors as villains. So
Right.
villains in Marvel are often purple, green, and orange,
Right.
which explains almost all of Spider-Man's rogues gallery.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, they shift to the green and other villains. I think it's adorable. Prospect Park, Brooklyn. Designed by the same man who crafted Manhattan's famed Central Park, who learned locals say with pardonable pride, from mistakes made by the first time across the river. All my life I dreamed of a moment like this, lazing away a sunny summer afternoon with my sweeties.
Sweeties. You mean I got a rival?
Darn straight, I got a baby brother.
You didn't, though. You were an only child.
Times change.
You believe that's really possible?
We're both here, Scrapper. If that ain't the prime definition of a miracle.
It's just, I keep getting this sense there's something missing.
Don't look to me for answers. I'm afraid my memory has more holes in it than the federal safety net.
Maybe I can help.
Sorry, boy. Others have a prior, preeminent claim on your services. Ah!
Ahab!
Did you truly think, my darling, you could escape me? My armored bionics are shielded against Rachel's psi powers, though I doubt she can bring herself to do me harm. Boy's another story. Restrain him, Susan.
Mom, what are you doing? My master commands, I obey. The slightest sign of resistance, Franklin, I'll compress my invisible force field and crush you to a pulp.
That's your half-brother, isn't it, Rachel? Thought Frankie vanished and into existence.
Leave Nate alone, Ahab. Leave us all alone. So now he's Nate.
Now he's Nate, and Cyclops is still wondering where his kid is. He's right here. Except in this one, he has red hair.
And, well, brown and red, depending
Brown
on
and red.
And he's no longer Christopher. He's Nate.
Nope, he's Nate.
Okay. Phoenix is just a name to him. Ahab shouldn't have any idea what that means I can do. One major surprise. Oh, nothing's happening. My power's gone.
Proud and defiant, just like when first we met. I'm glad. I'll enjoy breaking you anew all the more.
His whip is essentially a neural disruptor derived from a design used by the Genosian magistrates. Son of a gun.
Damn Genosians.
Scrambles the synapses so that the harder you try to use your abilities or move or just plain think a coherent thought, the more you feel like you're tearing yourself apart. It hurts too. Ultimately, even the most powerful beings can burn themselves out physically and psychically. There's a lot of brackets in this issue.
There really are.
Usually an unfortunate side effect, laying waste to the local landscape in the process. Also, another unfortunate side effect is creating waste. in your pants.
And you're
When you deal with his whip,
it's
you
a bit of-
often feel your you dump.
it's mud butt time.
It's mud butt. In desperation, a last-ditch effort to save themselves, and in less time than it takes to tell, the assaulted mind and body shut themselves down, including their bowels.
That's right.
Return with them to the tomb for future processing. You don't look happy, cyborg.
Oh no, it says something else.
Is that Rachel?
Oh, it's Rachel. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't look happy, cyborg. What's the matter? Things not going according to plan? Hours of effort, zip to show for it. Too bad.
Is that any way to talk, sweet Rachel? To him who helped make you what you are. You missed those days, admit it. The glory of standing first among Ahab's hunters.
You wish.
My will rules, girl. In time you'll yield.
I'm not scared. I'm not a scared, shattered kid anymore, old man. So lost and lonely and hurt she'd respond to a gentle hand from anyone.
You really believe you're a match for me?
Got the guts to try me in a fair fight?
Well. We're just full of vinegar this morning. You pose an almost irresistible challenge, sweet. Only thing is, it's one I don't need to accept. Not so long as I've got baby brother to take your place.
No.
And how are you gonna stop me, hey? Look at yourself. You're but a shadow of yourself, weakened by the... Was it? Mutant proximity alert. Oh, nice. T'appears, young lady. The cavalry's come to attempt to rescue.
And then this is the price of admission. Like, this is what it's for.
Right.
This moment.
Where
I like the idea that the whole team up, like they're going somewhere. It was really clunky getting here.
it really was.
But this
Now
woman,
we got a showdown, though. Now we got a showdown.
we get a showdown. We get the big schmoz, everyone involved, like all the teams at all the levels, and we get an Arthur Adams splash page with like a strange moment in Marvel where, you know, Jean Grey is in not her most well-known, but okay costume.
Mhm.
But we get She-Thing, which is really an anomaly, you know,
Mhm.
in the Fantastic Four's long continuity. And you get two stretchy characters on the same panel, which is kind of odd and fun. One being like, you know, such an Arthur Adams icon in Warlock.
Mhm.
And again, considering the time of this, you also get Storm as a child or childish.
Right.
You get Ben Grimm in human form. And you get uncool Gambit.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah.
it's such a strange moment in X-Men and in Marvel overall to have like Gambit before he's famous, Ben Grimm is human,
It is. Yeah.
Thing is a woman, Storm is a child.
Right.
It's so weird.
Totally. Yeah. How
Yeah.
good does that Jean Grey look, though? Right.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's so good. He's he's an absolute delight to look at his drawing. Really, really, really. Was I Human Torch or were you?
I don't even know.
I think I don't know. It's okay. There's the creep, Reed. Bet he can't believe his eyes. Figure we'd never track you down, Ahab. Don't get cocky, Torch. Tracing the residue of unique energies left after each of our previous encounters with Ahab may have led us to his base. That doesn't guarantee his defeat. Against the combined power of the Fantastic Four, the New Mutants, X-Factor, and the X-Men, Reed, you gotta be kidding. You forget, Torch. Ahab hails from a world where we are all of us dead. Most, I suspect, at his hand. So let's quit jawing, girl, and pay back the slime in advance. She turned into Wolverine. I was going for Marge's twin sisters. It didn't happen.
Patty and Selma.
No, sorry, I refer to them as twins. They're not Marge's twin. You understand, right?
I did.
Jub, jub.
Jib, jib.
Wait! See who's standing by his side?
Very perceptive, Richards. That must be why they call you Mr. Fantastic.
What a waste of dialogue. Can you see Cable, by the way? And I don't know if you can get it close enough to see. You can see the holsters where his guns go in the back.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like this guy made it work.
This guy made it work. Yeah.
I would read an Arthur Adams Cable comic.
Totally.
No question. What have you done to them? Franklin and Nathan are imprisoned. Why not Rachel? And what about Christopher?
If you like, Richards, you can join your wife as a member of my pack. Otherwise, you'll simply have to serve as her prey.
I love the gang. Like, there's a sort of shark mouth guy.
Shark guy and
like green face, but then there's like his eyes are stuck open.
Yeah.
With sort of
no eyelids guy.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're funny. I like those guys. Urgh! Cyclops isn't fooling around. Optic blast hitting full force. She doesn't call her she-thing.
No, she calls her
Ms. Marvel. Hold on, Ms. Marvel. You are the only one who can handle them. And look at this like robot bug face.
Yeah.
Reminds me of
what's going on there?
Parademon from Apocalypse or something.
Yeah, I get it definitely with Ahab and his crew. I definitely get it. It's one thought that has consistently been in my mind. Is like Apocalypse, Granny Goodness, Parademons, right?
Sure. Yeah, he's right out of a Kirby thing. Yeah, you're right. And Kirby also loved to call characters from like classical literature and mythology. You know, like Icarus and, you know, all these kinds of old names.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. I'll draw his fire, Shari, meaning like Sharon, Sherry. I guess it's Sherry. My elastic body can take the punishment more easily. Much appreciated, Reed. Thanks, Reed. Much appreciated. I'm making up my own dialogue here. Go on, sorry.
I'll try to block Sue's force field with my telekinesis.
That's like invisible fighting invisible.
Yeah. Basically.
We're just imagining that they're fighting each other.
Exactly.
That's a great image of like the two of them, at least in a physical struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
solid.
Art Adams is pretty good. Creep's got these critters popping out of the woodwork.
Is that? Oh, that's a cannibal.
It is, sir.
I can't help thinking they used to be folks pretty much like us, Johnny. But Ahab made them hounds. I'm scared I'll run into someone I know.
We're at a murderous disadvantage. We don't dare hurt Scott or Sue. They have no such complications. Compunctions.
Yes, so many compunctions.
So many.
While Sue's totally focused on Jean Banshee, blindside her with your sonic scream.
No problem. The right frequency will shut her off like a switch.
Question is, what happens later, after she wakes up?
Nothing will change. She'll still be a hound sworn to Ahab's service.
Warlock, can you reorient your receptors to absorb the energy of Cyclops' eye beams? Affirmative, Nano Teacher Cable. Then what are you waiting for? Lock him down.
Each of these stun charges can drop a bull elephant. The hounds keep on coming after a whole clip. Perhaps you fellas just don't know how to hit.
Teach your self-friend Cyclops under restraint. Couple of robots coming leaving to me. 3, 2, 1. Another hound down, leaving me a clear run for their boss.
Fool! This harpoon is bonded to me. It's an extension of my life force. None but Ahab can wield it.
May have a point. Hands burning. But I won't. I can't. Let go.
What's wrong? Cable, see someone you know?
So that's a good. Again, you can really see the sheath or the holster that's on Cable's back for those guns.
Big guns.
Looks really good in this drawing.
It does,
and you can see that like his glove having the spikes around the gauntlet. Looks great. Do you wonder at all, like,
Yeah.
who is Ahab supposed to be to Cable?
Seriously.
Cable's got such a weird, time jump thing anyway, and I don't even know if at this point Cable is known to be. I mean, this to Claremont. I don't know if they have even decided that Cable is Nathan Christopher Summers.
Right. Right.
It's kind of funny, as a retcon. It's so significant to put him in the lineage.
Sure.
But it really wasn't in, I think, the original plans. Another neat thing is look what Gambit is wearing.
Yeah. I know. Like color mismatch.
I have a hunch that the colorist or the inker just didn't know what to do with that costume.
No, exactly.
Because his leggings had basically like tiger striping at this point.
Yeah, right.
And it might have just been so small that they didn't really go far enough with it. But ironically, this is a costume that I think is appropriate for Gambit when he joins the team.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually is the version that I'm drawing in my next batch of stickers.
Right.
Unironically, I like the idea that him and Jubilee get on these training outfits and
the blue and the yellow.
And climb the ropes or climb the ladder that way as part of the team. So I have him with his trench coat and to keep up that pulpy anti-hero stuff that I guess they were going for when they designed him. But I have him in that kind of costume too. But he has an awkward headband in this,
he does,
as opposed to that head sock.
Yeah,
like the half mask.
The half mask, yeah.
Interesting. Pull yourself together, Franklin. Come on, boy. Out of there, right away.
Storm, why are you so short?
Move before Ahab springs any surprises.
Right play, Wind Rider, but then that was always your gift, leadership. This time, however, it comes too late. In the final analysis, I've no interest in taking prisoners. Where I come from, the only good mutants rest under tombstones. Time you joined them. Particularly nasty field effect this. Acts on living tissue, fatally and so fast. Physical incapacity is virtually instantaneous. But then I can see you're all well aware of that. Where I stands is the only safe area in the whole complex. So there's nowhere to run. Even if you could, no place to hide. Even baby Phoenix is flesh and blood. She'll fall, for all her fabled power as sure as any. I'm not Phoenix, Ahab. So I notice. Question is, what hers ya? You won't. Sorry. You won't hurt her. Or anyone. Time to go then, hounds. Heel. That includes you, Rachel.
She wants to. Still and always. A reality locked into flesh and spirit, body and soul, that once she would have obeyed with all her heart. No. She's fighting there. You can see, like, just the bags under her eyes. Like, she's
totally.
I really like those drawings of
really well. Yeah,
those drawings of Franklin like floating in golden light.
And it's a kind of neat, floating in light, and then he's got the 4 and the X.
Yeah, he's becoming something.
He's like the combo. It's nice.
But he's becoming a being they can't backtrack from.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay. Franklin, my TK can't hold the harpoon. Do something magic. In a way, like you did his machine. I'm trying, but it isn't working. He sounds panicked. Something's happening. He doesn't understand. Welcome to the club, kiddo. Up to me, then. I wonder some connection between him and Rachel. His power's up, hers is down, vice versa? Get down, girl. Duck. Ah!
Jean! Mother! Relax. The harpoon's keyed specifically to its victim. It resonates to you because who we are, mother and daughter. That's how come you could drain its power. The pain's awful, I know. But my own power can heal that, if you'll allow it. That's kind of cool, Gene, to do a sacrifice thing.
Yeah, I'm for that.
You know, show
Sure.
some character growth.
Yeah.
It's over, Ahab. You've lost.
Only a battle, Richards, and the beauty is, dar for you. I know how the war ends. Whatever you do to me now, you'll still meet me in the days to come. Sooner or later, I'll have your heads. In the meanwhile, every time you look at Cyclops and the Invisible Woman, you'll see my mark on their faces. And in those scars, your own
I can't read that. What does it say?
Fate.
fate.
Ooh.
Cool. They collapsed as soon as Ahab teleported.
He shifted transition frequencies. My tracker isn't registering any energy trail. Forge, you and Beast examine Ahab's equipment. Looks bad, Reed. No record of any other bases.
This is a one-way matrix. It'll create hounds, but not reverse the process.
There has to be a way.
It isn't simply a mechanical transformation. The modules interact with elements, energies in Ahab himself. Without him, no joy, not even a hope.
I won't accept that. We'll find him then, and if necessary, force him to... Mr. Fantastic! Rachel has fainted.
This sleep isn't sleep stretch. Franklin here's in a coma.
And Gambit is weird looking.
Oh yeah, Legion looking.
Yeah. He's been like this ever since he combined with his older self to permanently lock down his powers. But why? We can't do any real good in this place. Secure the facility, strip it of anything we might need. Query, entity self-evident Franklin? Operational status?
I'm fine, Warlock. I'm fine. I'm fine.
You don't look fine.
Don't look fine.
Later, as the desperate operations shift back to Four Freedoms Plaza,
The more we learn, the worse it gets.
their DNA matrices scan precisely along Ahab's outline. Any cure requires a reconfiguration of the double helix in every cell in their bodies.
Without the original genetic template to work from, we've no idea which pattern would revert them to normal.
Our cure could turn out to be worse than the disease. That doesn't mean we won't try, Reed. In their own way, Rachel and Franklin are no better. By rights, they should be completely healthy. But their lives are draining away before our eyes. Is that what you want, Franklin?
Of course not. You're talking as though it's my fault.
Not intentionally, not consciously, but yours nonetheless.
No.
We were escaping from the camp.
How would you know? You weren't even there.
Kitty was, and Rachel. Through them, I do. You managed to cry a warning. A split second before a sentinel buried you in ashes.
But that would mean I'm...
Yes, dead.
I think I've known all along. But the thought... Oh, that's Reed.
It's okay, just keep going.
No, it's Reed. You got him.
Yeah, okay, fine. I think I've known all along. But the thought of my son, our only child, dying so cruelly, so young, I couldn't bear.
So what am I doing here? How can I be?
We can't even begin to fathom the full extent of your powers, Franklin. I suppose in that final split instant before the end, you cried out in a primal scream of denial. You said, "Denial ain't just a river in Egypt." That propelled you to a time and place where you remembered being safe.
That's all I am? A memory?
Scrapper!
Hush, Ray. That's right. Isn't it? You know it too. A shadow being using the dream walking power of my younger self to give form to my desire. That's why Franklin's in a coma. He can't maintain the dream form when he's conscious. I can't survive without it. I steal energy from you to make that dream reality. It's an open-ended equation. Eventually, he'll drain you both dry.
What do you care?
The end of you, the end of him, merely the postponement of the inevitable.
At least we'll be happy together. We'll be together. We'll be happy.
Except it isn't just us, Ray. If my strings run out, I won't prolong the fantasy at the cost of an innocent life.
Oh my God, so many words.
Oh, wow.
And so, as Ahab's booby trap affected us, so will this modification affect you. As you discorporate, the energies you absorbed will flow back to their natural bases. Franklin will regain his powers in full force. The potential we see actualized in you. The ultimate implications of that, I can't even begin to guess. It could totally void Rachel's presence in our reality. She could cease to be as well. A small price to pay for the salvation of the future. A way, perhaps, of atoning for Dark Phoenix. Of proving Phoenix is a force for life.
And love, Red. Never forget that. I'm sorry I can't help Mom and Dad. Mom and Scott, Dad.
Yo, Scrapper, leave that to me. Dean, Mama, you ever wonder what the Phoenix is? Who I was? Your folks have a holopathic crystal imbued with both our essences. Like I said when I left it for them, something to remember me by. Bye all. Merciful lady! The readings are off their scales. Rachel, what are you doing? What comes naturally, beast? What else? I am fire and life incarnate. Now and forever, I am Phoenix. And Sarah told me once how after some Atlantean nutcase named Atuma had transformed her into a water breather, Phoenix put things right by rebuilding her from the genes on up. Nothing to go on then but her instinct. Now it's my turn.
I never got to see you as Phoenix in all your glory. A sight to remember. A memory to treasure. Farewell, my love.
Ma? Dad? Feel all woozy. My dream self been out playing while I was asleep.
You might say that, youngster. How do you feel?
I'm hungry.
Hey, Reed.
I
Feast your eyes, brother-in-law. That redhead's got her scary side. But she also has her moments.
Ahab!
Long gone, Sue, and good riddance.
Was that what it was like for Rachel?
Only a taste, Cyclops. What for you was but a day on his leash, for her was over half her life. You all right, child? Still here, still wearing my hound costume. Does this mean we failed? The future's left unchanged? Did Scrapper die for nothing? Wasn't once bad enough? Do I have to live through that nightmare all over again?
Rachel!
Mom, I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you. Just wanted to find my family. I just want to find my home, my family. Same as Frank. He got lucky. His search is over. Me, I guess I'll have to start fresh and make my own.
I didn't mean, except I did. A part of me somewhere inside. Every time I see her, all I see is myself, locked in a box that is the future, condemned to a fate as preordained and unchangeable as a sunrise. And all I feel is this and rage. So much resentment, there's no room for anything else. I strike out. what I want to embrace. At least, Jean, you have friends and family to sustain you. Rachel is the sole survivor of a world we're trying with all our might to erase from existence. Hard for you, yes. How much worse for her? She is your daughter, Jean. Is this really how you want to leave things with her? Jean? I don't know about this, Scott, or anything.
See how many panels are like black background at this point?
Yeah.
It's he's getting close to the deadlines. That's all.
Yeah.
Same as us.
For sure, yeah.
All okay, Warlock? I love the Star Wars. Look at
Yeah,
this.
right?
So cool. Self-unable to engage in interpersonal dialogue, Luke Skywalker must engage hostile winged bioform. Whee! And Nathan, Christopher Summers, is wearing the old Franklin Richards pajamas.
That's right. And Franklin's at 4.5 now.
Yeah, his usually says 4.5. That's like a
Cute.
common one for him. And so I think that's the same thing that little Cable is wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing, the extraordinary resilience of children.
Couple of downsides, though, Reed. Your boy will need training on his powers now more than ever. And the future's still up for grabs. Like Ray said, all our work may have been a waste of effort.
Easy enough to find out, Forge. We have a time machine.
Boom, boom, give it a rest, girl. He's married.
Actually, Torch, I launched a probe soon after Franklin's arrival and our initial encounter with Ahab. There now exists temporal riptides of frightening intensity, radiating outwards from the time bubble we recently encountered. See Fantastic Four 337 through 341. They literally smashed the probe to atoms, which means there's no way to scan our immediate future. And to be honest, I can't help thinking that may be for the best. The only way to determine our future, my friends, is by living through it.
Forewarned, though, Reed. Is
forearmed. We shall simply have to do what we can to ensure what comes are the best of times and not the worst. Look at Ben Grimm back there, by the way.
Yeah.
So, where do the X-Men go from here, Storm? You're welcome to stay with us. Our ship certainly has room to spare. Most impressive vessel, but too many of the X-Men are still missing. Want our help to find them? Perhaps. Whatever the future, the present grows increasingly dangerous. There are too many major forces on the loose, out for our blood. If all of us are off searching for the X-Men, who will defend those left behind? The risks are so great we dare not leave ourselves vulnerable on any front. So joining forces may well be the safest course. Should the need arise, don't hesitate to call on us. We've been through so much together, Cyclops. It's left us much more than friends, if you get my gist.
Ooh. These days, especially, Reed, that means the world.
As far as the Fantastic Four are concerned, we're all family. Now, Reed is doing that thing, when you play like that murder game.
Oh, yeah.
Hands, you scratch the inside of the person's palm.
Yes.
That's what Reed is doing right there when he says, it's left us much more than friends. Scratch, scratch, scratch.
Scratch, scratch, scratch.
And it's sending the creepiest chill down Cyclops' spine.
He's like, we need to get out of here now. Ship.
Yep, he hates it.
Yeah.
Awesome that we get Warlock as a dinosaur, too.
Dinosaur Warlock, yeah.
Adams can't help but draw dinosaurs whenever he gets the chance. And both the little boys like riding on that thing.
Yeah.
Weird that we never got like a reunion, emotional reunion between Scott and his son in this, considering the devastation of
Also strange. I was
yeah.
thinking that too. Yep.
of the separation that they had in the previous issue.
Yeah.
Just so bizarre. Ben Grimm is back in a FF costume in this at the end of that. Yeah, interesting. And then looks like Cable is kind of almost a little uncomfortable around Jean Grey back there too, but I'm probably reading into it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so strange.
So strange.
And we get one last page.
We do.
I realize it's late. We've been going for more than 2 hours.
Oh my goodness.
But we're gonna get through this last page and then we'll be done. And here we go.
Thanks, Sherry. Exactly.
River Road, Annandale on Hudson, New York. A half mile from the main campus of Bard College. All her life, Jean Grey's known this old stone house. Watched her dad conduct tutorials. Made Big Sister Sarah's life totally nuts. Hung out and had adventures with her best friend, Annie Richardson.
Her dead best friend.
Let's spend the whole issue talking about that. In the fullest, richest sense of the word, this is home. Family, Reed Richards said. We're all family. And Aurora said that meant the world. And Rachel said her essence, the totality of life and being, warts and all, was in this crystal. Hers and Phoenix's. And all Jean had to do to know them, to grasp this embodiment of past and future, and in a way accept it as her present, her destiny, is pick it up. He can do some good writing sometimes, but this story is nuts. All right, so there is a short story after.
There is,
with Jubilee, Wolverine, and
Psylocke.
It's Psylocke.
Yeah.
If you just want to just go continue through it.
Yeah, sure.
And for whatever reason, the two characters in this time travel thing show up, I guess, in Madripoor or wherever they are, as Wolverine goes through the history of the X-Men and everything that happened between him and Phoenix, as they talk to, Richards and Summers, and they kind of just go this weird overview. This is barely a comic. Like, it's just narration over old recap stuff.
It is, yeah.
It is crazy. I think I'm going to have to read this and maybe do...
Talk about Thunderbird's death.
There's so much into this.
Yeah.
We might have to just, bring this up in the next episode I don't know. It feels like... I don't know what the deal is with this. Maybe this is like a cut scene.
Yeah, and it's also strange because it's basically... while Franklin and Rachel are kind of off before they have their final, moment there, they find Wolverine, and then he disappears Psylocke and Jubilee and brings them back.
Yeah,
Franklin does this, and you see Rachel gets in her old Phoenix costume with Wolverine.
Yeah,
but they're talking about a moment in their past.
Yeah, that's right. When he cuts her, right, when he tries to kill her.
With the Black Queen.
Yeah. It probably is a 24-page or 22-page comic crammed into these 8 pages.
Right.
It is bonkers, or maybe 10 pages in terms of density. It is really, really, really.
The art is a bit strange, and then he brings them back, and then he kind of sends them on their merry way, and they're like, "What happened?" Wolverine's like, "Well, it's just another day in the life of Wolverine."
Yeah.
Okay.
Very bizarre.
Yeah.
It maybe some emotional catharsis.
Yeah.
But not a pleasurable read by any stretch.
Not really.
And then you get a pinup by Kevin Nolan, who is a stylist. He's an immaculate artist. When he his work with a pen and a brush is second to none.
I like Colossus there in his tidy whities.
Yeah, he's got to wear something. Him in white is actually pretty cool. This take on Longshot's face is it's a swing. He's going for something.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this guy as an artist is as a craftsman, he's really, really, really good. I have the artist edition. I think I had that pages in there, so I have the original art for that. You haven't seen anyone work with tools the way he does, and him over Mignola is phenomenal. By the way, as an inker on top of Mike is just top notch. And then if you keep going, you get an alternate cover, as if having an Arthur Adams cover wasn't enough. You get a Michael Golden cover.
Michael Golden, yeah.
There's a lot going on there. It's a little hard to deconstruct it because there's so much drawing on the page. That the Tower of Green in the top right, is that like a disassembled Sentinel? I think it is.
Could be.
Like the ruins of a Sentinel.
Could be.
And Ahab, unfortunately, in shadow, but this is another example of where the technology at the time is behind where the art of guys like Michael Golden are. It's not nearly as clear as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. That's a lot to talk about, and maybe we'll circle back to some of the implications or lack thereof in this issue. I think it's just like a giant exploration without any lasting consequences in a meaningful way. It does not feel like this is 4 annuals worth of storytelling.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, you do not have a story that is worthy of a 4 annual crossover. It's just Franklin Richards' dream self came back to the past, or an echo of it, to allow
on the screen of right before he dies. Yeah.
But nothing actually happened.
No.
It's pretty wild.
It was the debut of Gambit.
Kind of a version of Gambit, but this really isn't like it's like proto Gambit almost in a way that you're just trying out the character. And I'm interested to see like how long does it take before he gets good looking. It might be Jim Lee that does it.
Could be.
So, yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to iterations on the art of Gambit and iterations on the performance of Gambit's voice. Michael says congrats to both.
I promise.
Michael says here, congrats to both of you. That was a mammoth book. Yeah, it was a lot. That was a 2-parter episode in one. And Arthur Adams' work is incredible. And that's always been my takeaway, is like find a few panels I like to look at. That splash page is I want to look at it again before I go to bed. But there you go. You want to call it a night?
I think we should. It's 11:15.
Oh, absolutely. Just to say, of course, next week we will be looking at issue 264. And that is the end, of course. And, some cool X-Men. Look at that. That brings us to the end of another episode. Thank you to my good buddy, writer of Group of 7 of A Secret Tale and Peregrines, Fights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs, Chris Sanigan. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Jason.
My pleasure. You can find out more about our comics and upcoming appearances at group7comics.ca and follow us at Group of 7 Comics on social media. Please click like and subscribe and share with us your take on X-Men Annual 14 or any X-Men comics in the comment section below. Go to get your old back issues, trade paperbacks, essentials, omnibuses, DVD-ROMs, bootlegs, or hop on an app and read along with us next week on Previously in X-Men. Oh, thank you, Bubs. And stay Xy.
Have a good night.
We will see you next week. Oh my gosh, Chris, what are we doing? That was so